Hi everyone. Hopefully you are seeing this at the weekend, which is when I promised that this video will be uploaded. So, some of you may or may not know, I know that some of you voted for me, which I am eternally grateful for. We, and I will say we because it's not me, it is we, because without you there would be no me. So my channel, I don't consider it just to be mine, I consider it for yours as well, because at the end of the day, if you didn't watch it, if you didn't tell me what you wanted to see, if you didn't comment, if you didn't interact with me, this channel wouldn't exist. That's what makes this channel what it is. If nobody was bothered about it, I wouldn't make it. So it is our channel, it always will be our channel. So we got nominated for a Cosmopolitan Blog Award. I posted it on Twitter a lot, so if you follow me on Twitter you'll know that, and also on my other social media sites. We were nominated for Best Beauty Vlog 2013, and we were shortlisted from 43,000 people, so I think that's an achievement on its own. So in Best Beauty Vlog there was 10 shortlisted. So 10 from the 43,000 were shortlisted, and then out of those 10, Cosmopolitan and Next decided who they wanted to win our category. So they must have seen something in our channel, I don't know what it is, but they must have liked it to make us top 10, so I'm very, very proud of us for that. I will say, first of all, we didn't win, and that's fair enough. The person who won, I'm sure you all know, is Miss Tanya Burr. She won our category. She wasn't there at the award ceremony, so I didn't get to meet her, but there were quite a few other well-known YouTubers. The event was in London and at the Oxo Tower, which is a really big building that says Oxo on it next to the River Thames. It's like the most gorgeous location you can imagine in London, right on the Thames at night, so everything was lit up. It was just a gorgeous like backdrop for the event itself. So I went there with my mum. Unfortunately we weren't allowed a +1, and I didn't want to travel to London on my own, especially knowing that I'd be leaving at night by myself, having to get the tube by myself, and I'm not too confident in London on my own because I don't really know where I'm going anyway as it is, especially not at night. So my mum came with me and we stayed at the Park Lane Hotel. Now Park Lane I know from the Monopoly board, so it's in a really good place. It's in Zone 1, it's really in the centre of London, it's opposite the Ritz, it's near Buckingham Palace, you can walk to Oxford Street from there. It's like, the location is perfect. The hotel itself, can't recommend it to you. I know that this video isn't about the hotel that I stayed in, but I just want to say, if you're looking at that hotel, maybe think about going somewhere else. When we got there to check in, they said your room isn't going to be ready for 2 hours, and we needed the room because I needed to get ready for the event. We needed to go for tea, we needed to leave our stuff because we had suitcases and things, and they were so unhelpful and just like, and the manager of the place said in front of everyone, which was kind of condescending, and I found it to be a really weird thing to say to someone when everyone's listening. He was like, you booked on lastminute.com, so it's not something like you haven't got guaranteed check-in, so you're just going to have to wait because you booked on lastminute.com. The price was cheaper that you paid than everyone else, so you have to wait longer. Which I thought was the rudest thing. So I said back to him, you know, first of all, it's not right to speak to someone like that. We've paid for a room, we've paid for check-in at this time, and you're saying our room isn't going to be ready for 2 hours. That isn't okay. And he said there's no rooms available. I said, you can't tell me that in this hotel, the hotel is massive, said that there's no rooms available in the hotel. Biggest lie ever. So oh, let me check. Oh, actually we have one available in 20 minutes. Oh, so you do have rooms available in this hotel. Okay then. Well, I just wanted to say that because I don't like the way that he spoke to me and my mum. Thought it was very rude. They were very unhelpful. Everyone at the desk was unhelpful. The rooms were so basic, and so the floors weren't clean. It was £25 for an English breakfast in the morning. It was £5 for a coffee, £5 for an orange juice, £2.50 for a can of Coke. It was so overpriced, so dirty, not clean, so basic. The staff was so rude, and it is so expensive that I would not recommend it to anyone. So I just like to get that out there because it annoys me when people speak to me like that and think that it's like, oh, I can talk to her like that because nothing's ever going to happen of it. Well, now I've told all of you, thousands of you that watch these videos, what my experience was. So anyway, moving on to the event. So I got there, I was on my own, obviously not allowed +1. My mum went and met her friend for food. I got there and I was a bit scared because I was like on my own. And then I was getting a drink. Everyone seemed to be in couples or in fours or in like groups of people. And I turned up and I was on my own. I was like, oh my god. So I went and got a drink by myself. And then as I was walking past, like, there were these very two kind girls who started speaking to me. And these two girls I spent the whole night with. They were called Hannah and Rosie from New Craft Society. I'll leave the link down below. What they do is amazing. And also they won their category. They won Best Craft Blog. So, woo! I was with them the whole night and it was so much fun. You kind of mingle with other people the more you get into it. But I was with them like pretty much all night. I love them. Pinky Vodka were sponsoring the event. They were making cocktails for everyone all night. They were like mojito kind of things but with vodka in instead of rum. There were cosmopolitans, there were these raspberry things. All the cocktails were so nice. There was champagne. When you put your drink down you were given another one. It was so like glamorous. Everyone was really dressed up. Everyone looked really nice. Everyone like made an effort. And they were bringing around little like tapasy bits of food in little like bowls that was presented like literally like a really high-end restaurant would present its food. There was like butternut squash souffles, there was all these puddings, there was like chocolate desserts. There's so many nice, I don't know who catered but the food was so nice. I'm going to find that out and I'll leave a link down below. So when it got to the awards themselves, they announced all the winners. The winners went up and got a plaque that said that they'd won on it. Obviously Tanya Burr wasn't there, so we just gave her a round of applause as if she was there in spirit. There was music. They had models there. I noticed this guy and I was like, why do I recognise that guy? And I used to watch this programme called Dirty Sexy Things. I don't know if anyone used to watch that, but it was about models that lived in a house together and they like did photo shoots for this guy. I think it was called Peru or something. And he was stood in front of me like to get a drink and he knocked this thing over and I like said something like joking, just having a bit of banter. He turned around and we like started talking and I was like, definitely recognise this guy. And I figured out that it was BB from Dirty Sexy Things and he kept coming into pictures with me and he was really... I think they had models there, just like Next models that were there just mingling with everyone. They were so nice and so friendly. All the bloggers that I met were very friendly. There were 2 or 3 that I won't mention that were a tiny bit full of themselves. Everyone that I made conversation with was very, very friendly. The people that were... like you could tell that people thought they were better than everyone. I didn't bother speaking to them and if I did try to speak to them they didn't want to speak to me, so. But yeah, on the whole everyone was really nice. There was a photo booth where me and New Craft Society, Hannah and Rosie, got our pictures taken. I'll show you, you probably won't be able to see it but it's like it took 4 pictures of you in this photo booth and so I'm going to get to keep that. And there was a nail salon bit where you could get your nails done. There was an eyelash bar where you could get your eyelashes done. There was a hair place where you could get your hair done. It was really weird and I didn't understand the concept before I went on the email. I didn't understand the concept of come and get your nails done because I was thinking surely if we're going to an award ceremony where everyone's going to dress up, why would you not have your nails done already? So it did work. And yeah, it was a really nice night. At the end of the night they gave you a goodie bag, which is what I'm going to show you now. So yeah, let's move on to the goodie bags.